morning. I am leaving my campsite at the Franciscan, the Graymoor Spiritual Center, hosted by the Franciscan monks. Beautiful site, a huge ball field with clean porta potties with TP, a huge pavilion. 3 of us tented inside the pavilion, which worked out great because it poured rain a couple times during the night. Stayed nice and dry. And yeah, today's goal. My A goal is the Canopus Beach shelter, which is probably 15-ish miles, 14 and change. Plus it's a half mile from the monastery to the main trail. And we'll see if my lungs and throat are still recuperating from Wednesday. And I have a couple shorter options if need be, but I would love to make it to that shelter. It's new, built in 2021. It's not even in the AWOL guide. It was on my app far out as listed as a new shelter. And there's potential for concessions because it is a state park lake with, concession stand and all that, but that closes at 5. And I'm not sure with the terrain if I'll make it. But even if not, no big deal. Maybe there's some vending machines. I can get a Coke or something when I get there. But either way, I can have dinner by the lake. Even if no one's there, it might even be nicer. The other thing hiking poles are convenient for, this isn't the best example because sometimes the trail is overgrown on one or both sides. And especially the morning after it's rained, if you walked through that, you'd get soaked on your legs or pants, whatever you're wearing. I take the poles. Right now I'm only holding them in one hand, but if you have 2 hands, you kind of hold the brush back, walk by, boop, let it go. Now, if the whole thing is overgrown, you're just going to run into the next one, and you can't avoid totally getting wet, but it does help somewhat. Not too concerned. My skirt's like quick dry and it's warm out. Not the biggest issue, but one of the many things I love about my poles. Look how nice this is. I see this road sign with a little note, and I'm like, what does the note say? And it's a piece of wood with a sign to come see our little free library. Oh my god, and I'm going to visit it. Well, if this doesn't look like a perfect place to take a break, I don't know what is. So I'm gonna sit down and have a drink of water and a little snack. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I think I've gone about 4 miles, so I probably have about 10-ish miles left. The terrain isn't too bad. It's average. Some ups, some downs, nothing too terribly technical so far. Not like my first couple days in New York, and that's kind of what I heard that it would be like. One of the great things about my day yesterday, one of many great things, it was the first time I'd kind of taken a short hike outside of the beginning of my hike when that was not short for me, but for me now, 7 miles is pretty short. And I'm really happy that I took the time to camp at that Graymoor. I really wanted to check it out, and I took my husband's advice to take time and smell the roses, and I'm like, hey, I want to check that out. And it's only 7 miles for me, and that's what I'm going to do. I ended up staying there there was a couple section hikers and 2 through hikers, Mary Poppins and her dad, Catnap. And we got there early enough and had packed out dinner from the deli that was only a mile beforehand, and there was a ton of picnic tables in the pavilion, and they actually had dice, and we played a dice game. It was nice. I've never had time at night to do like a game or sit around, well, lately I haven't had time to sit around a campfire and chat before bed or whatnot. We didn't have a campfire because the weather was kind of sketchy, but we did play a dice game. They tried to teach me, they helped me out. It was really fun, and I enjoyed them a lot. They're great company. They're a bit behind me, and I do hope to see them again on the trail, which I probably will because that's how the trail works. I did get some good sleep. There was a crazy coyote or coy dog situation going on at like midnight. They must have caught something or something. There was a lot of noise with that. But I fell right back to sleep, and I am putting my pack under my head, under my sleep pad, to prop up my head while my throat and lungs continue recovering from my cold, and then the freaking smoke Tuesday and Wednesday, and a little bit on Thursday that I was hiking in I'm slowly but surely getting better with that. I only had to get up once and get a cough drop, and the nights before that it was real bad. So I'm optimistic that I'm on the downside of that. Mosquitoes. Holy smokes, this one section of trail, I don't know why. There was a couple ponds, that might be it. They were going crazy. My bandana is insect shield treated, and I've had it for a few years. And I really do notice the difference. It's like they hover around, but they don't try to bite. And I have my sun sleeves. Everything I wear has been treated by insect shield. And then my legs, I spray with picaridin, which is DEET free and repels ticks and mosquitoes. And I've had great luck with it. Anyway, just took a break back there at the sweetest little free library with some really comfortable chairs. And a trail angel left some cold water, spring water, by the trailhead because the water source is kind of nasty. So I drank the water I had, about 3/4 of a liter with electrolytes, and then I refilled. I took a liter of water. Thank you, Trail Angel. That is amazing. I stopped and got a liter of water because it was a great water source and a pretty little spot for a break. And I ran into a hiker, trail name Iron Mike. He is a section hiker, and he is finishing his last section of the AT. And within the next couple of days, he's out here with his buddy backpacking, and they're going southbound. They'll be staying at the monastery tonight, so I was giving them some intel on that, and he gave me some intel on the northbound sections. And I didn't ask him how many years he's been doing it. I think he's been chipping away for a good number of years, because he said it doesn't seem possible that this is it. So he's going to be finishing at Bear Mountain. Pretty cool spot to finish, and that's great. Congrats, Iron Mike. Apparently there's some Revolutionary War history here where there was an army inoculation station. I think there's some ruins up ahead. This cool old stone foundation is the original foundation of a barn that was used in 1776 by George Washington's army to inoculate the army during the smallpox epidemic during the winter. And the plaque specifying that it was an old colonial barn that was used for an inoculation station. Things you learn on the trail. This is really cool old stone foundation. I'm glad there was a plaque and some comments on the app. I would have missed this. And apparently this cool old stone foundation that goes back over there and around. I'm not going to bushwhack in there, but this foundation was the colonial farmhouse that went along with the barn that was used by the Revolutionary War Army, George Washington's army. It literally steps off the trail. This is really awesome. Very cool. That dude does not seem to be moving. I don't know what the deal is, but I'm going to try to give it a really wide berth. I got to get Mosey in here. Sorry, dude. I hope you're okay. I got about 4 miles and change to the Canopus Beach concession stand that supposedly closes at 5 o'clock. I think I can make it, but I got a motor, and the trail thankfully doesn't seem too bad. I just went past that snake back there, non-venomous, I mean a rat snake. I think it was dead because it didn't even, usually they pick up their head and stick their tongue out and check you out, and no movement at all. And I was making all kinds of noise trying to go around. Ugh, gross. All right, let's play a game. We'll ultra make it to the concession stand for hot dogs and french fries so I don't have to cook yet again. Like, how many nights in a row can I not cook? But when you're deli blazing through New Jersey, New York, this is what you do. This is the Telephone of the Wind. I didn't know it was here on the trail. I've heard of it. And it's basically a garden designer. There's a plaque down here. It talks about a garden designer that had an unconnected rotary phone on which he could talk with his late cousin. It's basically for people to stop and quote unquote call those that they've lost. And there's a poem here that says, though I've lost you, I can hear your voice in the silent echoes of your absence. You speak to me through rustling leaves, whistling wind, and bowing branches. Though I've lost you, I feel you here in this shrine of trees in nature's sanctuary. I made a couple calls on this. I made it here in record time. It's 10 after 4. They close at 5, the concessions. But the hot grill said it closes at 4. I'm going to see if I can sweet talk them into some fries.
Thank you.